Mr. Snyder here with the next green screen editing tutorial for the grade 9 orientation trailer that we're making. Again, your main video is over here on the orientation template 1 in my case. It might be 2 or 3 in yours. That's where your main project is with the markers up along the top. We're editing actually in a green screen sequence. Remember that I had to add the pink underneath, and now we start to reveal it. In order to make extra tracks here, in case you don't have enough tracks, for example, if I right click on this track 4 and delete it, and let's say I right click on video track 2 and delete it, I know I need 2 more tracks, so I'm going to right click, add tracks. You get this dialog box. It says how many video tracks do you want? I'm going to add 2. And where do you want them to be? I want them to be, well, I can move them around, but I'm going to say after video 2. Click OK. Do I need more audio? No. So I'm going to say I don't need any more audio. So I'm going to change that to 0. I'm not going to add more audio tracks. Click OK. And then what I've got is 2 blank video tracks up here. So now all I'm going to do, again, I'm going to take this video clip and I'm going to drag them back up. I had already done this, but I just redid it just to remind you how to add tracks if you need to. So now underneath my actual video clips, if I open up the clip, there's my thumbnails. I've got a blank video track underneath, which is actually going to be our motion background eventually under both of these. And then I've got my pink video, which is going to help me see when I've got a nice clean cutout. Okay, we've also added the garbage matte, the 8-point garbage matte, to each of these 2 clips. And we see it up here in Effects Controls. There we go, and there's garbage matte. We click on the name, and we actually, if we go to 25%, we can see our nodes. Again, blow it up a bit to make sure that you're not seeing any trouble areas. Remember that I was seeing that black line. Fix it, and then if you do save it as a preset, and you notice a problem after you've saved it and applied it to the second clip, you do have to then go to the second clip and make that same adjustment if the problem's there. So after you've saved a preset, right here, Samir preset, if you apply that preset to a clip, another clip, and you change something on your first clip, you have to go and make sure you check your second clip that you've applied the same settings to for that effect and make sure it still looks good. So that's where we're at. Now what we're going to do is let the magic happen. We're going to now cut out the green. I'm just going to reduce the size of video track 2. Again, I can scroll up and down my tracks a little bit here. I'm actually going to close video 2 for now, collapse it, and I'm going to make video track 3 a little bigger. There we go, just so I can see the thumbnails. First, take your play bar over to the first clip because we're going to start there. It only makes sense. Click on that clip to make it active. You'll see it up here in your program monitor. You should be able to scroll along. There you go. Now I'm going to close up or hide my presets. Now I want to add what's called Ultra Key. That's the actual effect that will actually allow me to select the green and cut it out. Now, you notice that right now I'm kind of locked out. I can't search. That's because I already have something in my search box from previous searches, garbage, GAR. I have to first close that out, empty, make sure that my search box is clear, and then I can click in my search box again and type in the word Ultra, U-L-T, and I don't have to go that far with it, U-L-T, and then again close up my presets, and hey look, under Video Effects, Keying, I've got Ultra Key. That's the effect we're going to add to each of these 2 clips to actually cut the green out. When we add that, we're going to see it come up here to the Effects Controls. Again, if you don't see that window, open up window and put a check mark beside Effects Controls and select it up here as a tab. Okay, there's our garbage matte. I can just close that up for now because I've adjusted everything I'm going to adjust there. Take the word Ultra Key now, take that effect, click, drag, and drop it again on the video, not on the pink, but on the video clip. Drag and drop it, and it's now on the video clip. If I select pink, the Ultra Key, everything goes away because I haven't added any effects to the pink. Click on the video, and there's the 8-point garbage matte, and there's the Ultra Key. Now, what's this going to do? It's going to create what's called a matte. And what it's going to do is it's going to make some stuff white and some stuff black. And depending on if you're black or your white in this particular picture will depend whether you're transparent or visible. So first thing I need to do is click on my key color. Keying in video means it's the cutout. Key means to cut out and then replace it with some other content. Okay, so that's the word key. That's an old television phrase. Click on the eyedropper now. I could click on the color picker and then go to green and try to match this color with this, but that's too hard. Again, smarter, not harder. Click on the eyedropper, click and let go, and then drag across and click on a little bit of a darker shade of green. Pick a pixel. There you go. Look at that. Now we're starting to see the cutout being made around Samir. Oh, I have a problem above his head. I suspect that's the 8-point garbage mat. I'm going to just drag that down a bit to hide that flag up above. Click on Ultra key now. Yeah, there you go. It's gone. Okay. Now, you notice that I see some shading here, some gradient. I'm seeing some darker pink and lighter pink. It all has to be the same solid pink to be a proper cutout. So what I'm going to do is now make the adjustments. All my color picker did was get me in the right range of green, and now I have to make the adjustments. So how do I do that? I go to this drop down box here called Matte Generation. Click it, twirl down, and you've got 5 different settings. Do not touch tolerance. Nothing's going to really change for you, so you can leave that one alone. The first thing I generally do, because it makes the biggest difference right away, is I start at the bottom and I go to pedestal. And I just click on the gold number 10 is the sort of default starting position. And I'm going to type in 90. I'm going to give it a value of 90 for pedestal. Now watch what happens over here. It's the darker shades that will clean up. There you go. Auto saving my project. Hey, that's looking pretty darn good already. That's the only thing I've done is gone to pedestal and I've put it to 90. Okay, is that good enough? I've got transparency, highlight, and shadow I can still work with. So let's see how good this cutout is. It looks good, but to really know, you got to zoom in. So we're going to go to the select zoom level, and oh, we've got some more breaking news here. We're going to select the zoom level and we're going to select, say, 100% for now. And then I can use my scroll bars here on the right and scroll bars here on the bottom. I shouldn't have to scroll left and right, but I will have to scroll up and down. I have to make sure the entire picture is nicely cut out. This actually looks very good already. But how can I check it? Okay, go to 50% again. Then under output, you're going to now tell the program, I want to see what the actual mat looks like. So click, and you're going to now click, instead of composite, we want to go alpha channel. And this is where you'll get the black signal or the white signal. There you go. Anything white is what we're going to see. Anything black will be invisible or transparent. Now what you're looking for is for there to be no shades of gray inside of here. We're also looking for nice defined hair up here. So I'm going to just show you what will happen. I'm going to go to transparency first. It's at 45 by default. If I go left and right, see what happens? It clips. And watch his hair. If I go too far one way, he disappears in the middle of them. If I go too far the other way, you get the white coming in. So let's put it, it was at 45, so let's get it close to where it was. 40 should be good, have nice definition in the hair. Let's try a highlight, see what happens. Okay, go all the way one way, nothing. If I go all the way the other way, nothing's really happening. Let's put it back to where it was. Don't go to the extremes if you don't need to. Sort of remember where you started. I'm going to go, it was at 10, I'll go to 12, that's fine. Shadow will make a difference. It's at 50 to start. Click and drag to the right. See how it's revealing shadows in the bottom, or it's taking away the hair at the top. Your job is to find that middle sort of point where it's not showing the gray at the bottom and it's not taking away his hair detail at the top and seeing gray at the top. So I think that's pretty outstanding right there. Okay, now the final check is I'm going to zoom in. 100% will usually do it. And I'm going to look, oh yeah, nice edges to him. There's no grayness around his edges, so it looks very good. It's all about lighting when you shoot the video to make sure that you get nice even lighting on the background, that you don't have dark areas around his head or his face. You can get rid of the garbage on the sides, but not right behind him or her. And the other thing is that you need to make sure that he's framed properly. So there we go. Let's go to composite now. There we go. That's the composite now. See why we have the pink? Imagine, I'm going to just go and mute the pink layer here. I'm going to just turn it off. Okay, hide it and watch what happens. See that? Oh, I can see his hair there. So I can see a little bit of green fringing around his hair. Let's blow it up a bit more. Look at that. Just a bit. It's not going to be perfect, but the pink really does tell you how good your cutout is, because instead of black hair against black. Okay, but I'm going to try this. I'm going to go to my alpha channel, and I'm going to see if I can tweak his hair in just a little bit better. Okay, I did transparency. It's a back and forth. You got to kind of go back and forth and find what's going to work best. There we go. Shadows doing it too far. Sort of snap it in there. And then you have to go back and forth a couple times. Let's see now. If I turn this back from alpha channel back to composite. Okay, that looks worse. Why don't I try adjusting it like so? Little highlight's not doing anything in this case. That's definitely doing something. I'm going to take that white edge that you see around his hair. I'm going to get rid of that using shadow. I think that maybe looks pretty good. That might be the best I'm going to get it. Turn the pink on again. There you go. Pretty darn good. Again, we're really zoomed in, so we're looking at him quite big. If I go to fit, there we go. That looks very good. Now, what you need to do is play the clip.
Do y'all remember first day of school? It seems like just yesterday.
As long as the lighting doesn't change. Now, I've got some pink. Look at that. I've got some pink showing here. You got to look carefully, but if I go to alpha channel, oh yeah, look at that. I wasn't seeing it because I was zoomed in too far. So you got to really look carefully. I think that's shadow. Let's see. It's a little of both. Shadow and transparent. There, transparency. Bam. Ooh, I still have a bit of... There we go. Perfect. I think that's as good as I'm going to get this. Pretty darn good. Nice sharp edges there. No green fringing around his hair and his face. Looks very, very good. I'm really happy with that Ultra key based on the settings. Now yours will be different depending on the lighting that you have. So your settings won't necessarily be this, but I would definitely start with a value of 90 for pedestal and then go from there. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to right click, save preset. I'm going to go command left arrow to go to the start. I'm going to say Samir, Ultra key, preset right there. I'm going to save it. Okay. I'm going to go to my effects tab. I'm going to go to presets. Hey, look down here under Samir. Where did he go? Samir. Where did he go? Oh, it doesn't look like I saved him. Oh, there it is. I'm staring me right in the face. There it is there. I was looking for garbage mat. There's Samir Ultra key. There's the effect. There's all these settings have now been saved. I'm going to click, drag that to the second clip. Make sure now you look at the second clip. Hey, does it all look good? Again, if the lighting hasn't changed.
So shout out to everyone who made it such an epic day. Thanks for joining us.
Excellent. I think both of these look very, very good. Again, the pink is going to go away and we're going to replace that. And that's what we're going to do in the next tutorial. So we're almost there in our green screen editing. We've now cut out the green, have a nice clean cutout or key as it's called in television. And we're going to now replace the background and maybe play around with the background a little bit.